You heading to Sphinx?
Everybody's going to Sphinx, girl. Sphinx Connect is the largest and longest standing global convening dedicated to excellence and inclusion in classical music.
With more than 30 sessions across 3 days, you'll find ideas, inspiration, and real connection. It all takes place January 22nd to 24th, 2026. You do not want to miss this experience.
And do not forget to stop by the Classically Black table. See y'all there.
Hey y'all, it's Dalanie.
And it's Katie, and this is Classically Black Podcast,
where we talk all things classical music and being black in the profession.
With trap beats playing in the background. We got a special episode today. We got a guest.
Yeah, with HipHopera playing in the background.
With HipHopera. Yeah, Figaro. Yeah.
Welcome.
We're here with Babatunde Akinboboye.
How's it going?
Yeah.
We're good.
Right.
It's been so smooth.
Exactly.
And so like
he's never been anywhere more organized.
He just came in, sat down, ready to film.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys put the pro in.
You got to speed up the talking because it sounds like you're joking or being serious about the seamless.
I've had this has been a wonderful masterclass in professionalism. Thank you so much for this. I need to step up my situation.
There we go.
This has been great.
Speak on it.
We are getting started right now at this time.
That was unnecessary. That was
excited. I'm just excited. Yeah.
God forbid a girl got to teach before this, okay?
Well, you heard it here first how Babatunde feels about education.
Yeah, he hates education. He hates music education. And yeah.
He's not denying it. So.
I love music education.
Way to clean that up.
Gonna give us a call.
I've had an educational process so far being here already today. So thank you.
Right.
Yeah, what not to do.
Be careful who you give an interview to.
Well, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have some questions. We'll ask some questions and we're going to, chop it up and everything. Right. You feel good? You feel comfortable?
Yeah, I'm good.
You nervous?
Got my cup of tea. I should be more nervous than I am. I know that, but I'm good.
That's a good sign, actually. It means your fight or flight's not going off.
All right. And even if you have to be fight because you can't fly anywhere.
That also
just around it. This setup was by design.
Yep. Can't leave till we say so.
I'm going to drink this tea and wait for the questions. And
you think we're overwhelming, Delaney?
I think it could be a little overstimulating.
Overstimulating, but not overwhelming.
He's going to drive home in silence. The radio will come on. He's like, I actually can't do that right now.
Okay, as long as it's not overbearing.
No, definitely not.
Oh no, of course not.
No, I'm really having a good time.
Okay, seriously. Good. Can't tell.
Okay. Well, let's get into it. First of all, we want to talk to you about the moment that a lot of people met you. The moment that I met you.
Yeah,
was the viral video that you did. Putting together Figaro and Humble by Kendrick Lamar. First of all, can you talk us through where you were at in your career at that moment? How did that video change your trajectory?
Man, okay, so I had just come back to opera because I had quit being an opera singer at a certain point. I got to a point in my career where I felt like I had hit the ceiling and I wasn't getting auditions into better houses as much as I tried, but at the same time, I would randomly get an email from an opera house offering me a role, even though I've never auditioned there, at an opera house that I hoped to one day get an audition to. And when I get that email, after a while, I learned that, they need a black person for something. And then that kind of became the pattern. I'd start looking through the score and be like, yeah, there it is. All right, whatever. As long as the check clears, let's do it. So I was kind of frustrated with the career at that point. And I think that's why I actually had the courage to record this, because singing opera over hip hop is something I've been doing since I started singing opera, because I only listened to hip hop before I got introduced to classical music. So everything I learned in classical music was through a lens of hip hop. So it made it easy to see the relationship, and I always kind of maintained that. So I was driving one day and I was kind of frustrated with my career, and I was singing Figaro over the beat for Humble, and then I noticed how close they matched. They just like overlaid each other perfectly. And I was like, let me go ahead and record this. So I put my phone up, recorded it. I thought it was dope. And I remember I posted it on my personal Facebook. I didn't post it on my professional Facebook. I didn't want my other opera colleagues to see it because opera people can be...
We'll get to that.
I'm going to say traditional. Yeah.
That's so interesting because the whole... Never mind.
No, go ahead.
It just leans a little unserious.
Yeah, opera. It's just hidden underneath some layers.
It is, but they're particular. They can be particular about how they're presented to the public, and it's like, long story short, it's you're more likely to be judged publicly than supported publicly in the opera community. Just I don't know. That's another conversation for another day. But posted on my personal page so that no one would see it. Went to sleep, woke up the next morning, and everybody saw it.
Oh wow!
And I got a call from that week. I got a call from Ellen.
From Ellen?
From the Ellen show. I got a call from America's Got Talent. I got an email from Time Magazine. They wanted to interview me all in that same week. My social media blew up everywhere, and I was like,
damn.
Okay.
Wait, did you go on Ellen?
No, I didn't. I almost did.
You said no, or it didn't work out?
You
it didn't work out. They went on hiatus like right before I got on, right before it all worked out.
Oh, because of all that.
You might get wrapped up.
Wait, when was this?
December 2018.
I was about to say, because we were at Eastman. I remember when that video came out because half of that 10 million views for me.
I appreciate it.
Wait, so I thought Ellen went under recently.
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
Really?
And I think there was a hiatus before your show was off.
Oh, shoot. I don't remember none of this. I thought Ellen went down like a couple of years ago.
No, a couple of years ago we were towards the end of the pandemic.
Dang.
Yeah, time's weird.
Time's weird. Wait, so anybody else hit you up like J Hud?
No, not back then.
Right.
Her show's pretty new.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kendrick Lamar?
Nope, nothing from Kendrick Lamar.
Really?
Nothing. But I mean, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna like
he just went on tour?
Take me on tour?
No, he just went on tour.
Oh, well, yeah. I know. But what's he gonna do like after with the video? Like,
he could have gave you some tickets or something.
I wouldn't have minded some tickets.
See,
I mean, I saw him on tour. Don't get it twisted. I saw him, but
I wouldn't have minded you seeing you at the pop out.
Man,
that'd have been nuts. You went up there with Serena on that pole. You went swinging around that pole.
Okay, that's the halftime show.
Which
I mean,
the
pop out, the one he did on Juneteenth.
Oh,
he performed not like that 6 times.
I like the idea, but I think that would have been random, right? Like, because I mean, like a lot of people know me, but not everybody.
Well, then everybody would know you.
Well, I guess so. I went to the show, but I would have liked to have not had to have paid for it. Not to pay for it. I like free stuff.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's what's up. And I feel like it shows the possibilities of like what can be when you just like. I feel like here's where I am with the viola, right? It's like you could post some stuff online and make way more money than what the girls are paying you to play some serious stuff. And like that's like a little disheartening, but it's also like because you talked about how like critical opera people can be, the string people it's all the same. It's literally all the same. But it's like the people who posting online, even if you don't even sound good, it really be the girls. It really be the girls. I think what it is, I think the worse you sound, the better you do. And because like Beyonce's girl sounds great. But I'm thinking like the people who like there's this person that Aurora tells me about constantly. She's like, Katie. And it's like, because they're not thinking about it as hard as we are with the intonation and this, and I didn't complete the phrase, I didn't do all of that. They just post and they
calling up Eastman having my stuff revoked.
Like, so I just feel like they take everything. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say they don't take themselves seriously, but I just feel like the overthinking that comes with high artistry, if you just like post some stuff, not saying that's what you do, but I'm just saying like you can make more. There's more earning potential to post online. Especially
once you get to a certain point, I feel like when it's sort of that thing where the more you know about something, the less you feel like you know. But like most of us who have been like classically trained for as long as we have the foundation to just post stuff that's fun or whatever, and it's still gonna sound good. Like, you know. So I feel like once you get to a certain point, you can like have a little fun. Now, I don't know about you. I wanted to ask you a little bit about like how you were introduced to classical music. Like for me, I just feel like that wasn't even a foundation in my education, like to be mixing stuff together. I need the notes on the page and tell me what the composer told me to do.
Yeah.
I was lucky to come to classical music way later in life. So, I mean, I was lucky to come to music in a formal sense later in life. Like when I was 16 in high school, someone talked me into joining a choir. He talked me into joining a class called Men's Ensemble. I didn't know it was a choir. I didn't even know schools in the U.S. had classical choirs at all. No one in my family is a musician at all. And so when we had that first day in choir, and he had this exercise where he's all, you sing bum, like bum, 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 and go at the same time, and that blew my mind. That was the first time I'd sang harmony. That's the first time I registered that more than one note was happening at the same time. And so because I came to that late, a lot of the rules weren't, I didn't grow up with the rules. They were all suggestions.
Yeah. That has to be real freeing, because I feel like I can't do nothing with the viola if you don't write it out for me. Now I've been leaning into it more. Like I've been playing like at a farmer's market here and there, and like when the music cuts, and I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do now? I'm like, okay, I can play me a little something. And to Delanie's point earlier, it's like, no, like I went to lots of school for the viola. It's in there. You have to just stop taking yourself so seriously and like just play some stuff. Like, and people love it. Like they love it. And you're thinking about it. You're thinking about how you didn't do that and you didn't do this and that. And they're like, this was the best thing I've ever heard ever.
You know what happened to me when I first started in opera, or when I first started working professionally and doing competitions? I started seeing how often there would be first, second, and third place, and there'd be a audience favorite as well. But audience favorite was never the same person as first place, or even if they were in the top three. And in my mind, I was like, but like, isn't this backwards? Like the audience, there are more of them, and they're the ones who buy the ticket. Like, shouldn't their opinions be the right one? And it feels like we still, just in classical music in general, we're still trying to tell the audience what is right, and as a result, you're almost not really, I know this sounds weird, but you're almost not allowed to be amateur. And I think that's why we have no framework for what that freeing kind of play, because we've never really heard it, because you're not allowed to be bad and perform in public. Yeah. Whereas, if you pick up a guitar, you can learn 4 chords and play on a Wonderwall for the rest of your life, and no one's gonna say like, hey, you don't know how to play guitar, when are you gonna improve? But you touch a classical instrument and it's like, no one's gonna hear it unless it's perfect. Yeah. And that's kind of the way we're just trained. And so I think because I got to it later on, and it was messy for a while, but it was exciting to me because it was already like, it was brand new. I think the rules just weren't set in stone for me, and they were just kind of like written in pencil.
I like that. I like that a lot. So we talked a little bit about your fellow vocalists. Yes. And there was something that went down online. We don't have to mention who, but you were speaking about you could fill in the blanks, but you were speaking about like auditions or something like that, and yes. And this well-respected vocalist had lots to say in a way that I thought was incredibly tacky and like really unprofessional. And I want to just talk a little bit about that, like what happened, and more specifically, like how does it feel to have like someone who you may respect speak about you? I couldn't imagine like Issa Rae or like even Kim Kashkashian speaking about me in that way, like that was nuts.
Yeah, that was that was an experience. So it started off, I think for me it wasn't as when it got personal, it wasn't as jarring because it's been a slow eroding of the person I had in my mind. Because I think for me, the initial thing was seeing, him comment on the post of, young Black opera singers essentially advocating for themselves, and it's commenting variations of Black people are complaining about not getting work, but they're not working hard. That's why Black people aren't getting hired because they're not working hard, essentially. Which everyone has their opinion or whatever, but him having the voice that he does and like the eyes on him and just the weight of his voice, it was dangerous.
Yeah.
To just be out there publicly because people say like, hey, he said.
That's what we was thinking. So he's like, come on.
And so also because of his reputation and who he is in the opera world, there was not a lot of people who were going to say anything against him. The only people who felt comfortable saying anything were the people who felt the same way. And I think at that time, just because I had some social media attention and like online, I felt like I was actually, to be honest, I didn't give a damn. I was pissed. I was angry, and and because I've been online and seen the effect of how much like one post can spread and like become a thing, it was upsetting, especially at that time. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, the timing of it was like 20. We talked about it on the show, did we?
Yeah, it was in 2020.
Yeah,
this started in 2020, and I was like, nah, you can't, like, this can't stand. And so I had something to say, and then I got pushback, and then so I started following him online, and every time he had something to say that was sideways, I was there to say something else. And that's when he started saying things in my DM. And I remember I was doing this gig. I was working at an opera company, and I was doing probably one of the biggest roles I've done so far. And the dude who was in my DMs and posting things publicly about me. And
wait, he was there at the same time?
No, he wasn't there. But because, like, being in the opera world, when I'm working an opera thing, people talk about me because I'm the HipHopera guy. I'm like one of the opera influencers. So it's like, it's weird being like famous in the opera world, because typically most opera singers who are famous in the opera is because they're these unbelievable singers. I'm like, hey, I'm nice with it, but I'm not like, I'm not one of them. I do something different, and that's what the thing is. But in our minds, it's the same kind of train. So when I show up at a thing, the expectation is like, all right, I'm gonna come with it. I'm like, hey, I'm just like you. Like, this is my first really big role. Anyway. So he's posting stuff publicly about me, and it was upsetting for me. And I was like, all right, you want to post stuff publicly? Let's post stuff publicly. And so I went ahead and so I just needed it to stop. And so that was just the way I knew to make it happen. And it was fun because it did upset a lot of his peers.
Because you upset his peers, or
me posting about him publicly upset a lot of his peers.
Because they love a little sweeping something under the rug. That's why.
Mind you, the rug this high.
I didn't give him that much room. Here's what I did. Before I made that video, before I posted that video, like 2 days before, I took a bunch of those screenshots that I used from Morris's post. His name is Morris Robinson. I'm not really
I wasn't gonna say
it. I took
period.
I took a bunch of those posts and those screenshots and sent it to those people that I knew were gonna have something to say. So after I posted my video, they were in my DM saying like, hey, that video you posted, you gotta rethink it, you gotta take it down. And I said, hang on a second. Is this where your outrage is kicking in? Because I made sure you knew what he said before I posted the video. I sent it to you, and then there was nothing in between that and this. And so if this is where you're upset, now we have a problem, because you're upset that I'm reacting to this kind of disrespect. You feel like I should just eat it, and nah.
And that's kind of crazy because y'all, like, I feel like when stuff starts popping off in public, it's an issue, but it wasn't an issue when he was saying all that stuff about black people not working hard. First of all, black people not working hard don't even fit together in the same sentence. That's ahistorical. That doesn't make any sense. Right. Like, and I also feel like, I mean, you said something that kind of resonated with me because of like what we do. I mean, obviously we ain't no million. I don't know what you got now, billion. Trillion.
Right. Around there.
You and Beyonce follower mates.
Right, exactly. But I also feel like when you occupy like this different space, because like we've talked about how like we might have more traction if we were like online playing and stuff like that. But because we do something different in the classical music space that is like just not what people expect, especially with like humor and stuff. Like a lot of people don't expect classical music to be this unserious. I felt more of a like people are more comfortable like writing you off in the serious moments. And so I feel like if some of the things that you were saying and some of the up and coming opera singers who were the younger Black opera singers that were standing up for themselves, if they were in a more established position, I feel like it would be approached a little differently from his end and from the people that were on his side. And I want to know if you kind of felt the same way, like if your reputation in the opera world was what you were saying, why most opera singers are famous rather than being the HipHopera guy, how would this situation have unfolded differently?
I think it would have unfolded very differently. It's funny how much you get permission. It's almost like you don't have permission to speak about the opera world unless a bunch of people have hired you to sing a bunch of times. Like, if you haven't been hired to sing a bunch of times, you don't get to have a public opinion about the industry. And it's like, why? Like, we work in it. Like, I was talking with someone about, because I was saying something critical about the opera world, and they were saying that, you talk a lot about, like, there are the principal singers, and there's a chorus, and chorus has a different experience. And I was like, this is part of the problem. Like, most of us that have gone through the training to be an opera singer, that are working and paying bills with our voice from our training, most of us are chorus. So opera singers are chorus. A few small percentage of us are principal singers, but opera singers are chorus singers. That's what the industry is full of. That's what we are as a norm. And so this idea of like the industry belonging to the exceptional few and them being the gatekeepers, the opinion holders, the only ones who have the right to make any criticism is part of why things have been broken in the ways they have been broken for so long. And I think if I were one of those people and I had the same opinions that I did, so okay, it's starting to feel like, in order to get through the door to get to the upper echelon, you had to leave something behind. Because, so I guess in short, like, I can't imagine anyone who's like in that, I don't know, tier of opera singer having those opinions publicly. It's almost like you wouldn't be in that tier if you were the kind of person that did that anyway.
Yeah.
And that's another story.
Yeah, because I remember that time when Angel Blue pulled out of that opera house because they was doing blackface, and Grace Brumby was like, "Well, you can't be doing that because if back in the day," and I'm like, I get that whole back in the day, and I respect that was your reality, that's what you had to go through. However, I'm not doing that no more.
I just find it to be such odd, like to see, like especially because I have I've had different experiences with older Black people in the orchestral world, because I've rarely come across a Black person who is in the generation before me that also wants me to struggle in the ways in which they did. Like my friend Jen, like she was always like, when I started playing with Memphis Symphony, she was like, you need to wear whatever you want and whatever. All that matters is how you play, because someone had told her about, okay, this is how you dress for orchestra. So it's like little stuff like that. Like even when I think about someone older than Jen, Mr. Taylor, like I've never, it's a very much like, he liked the little podcast. He hated how much we was doing it and not practicing, but it's like I've only, and that's why the one experience I did have with someone being Uncle Tom, you know exactly who was tomming it up when we was at the thing. I was going to mention him when we was at the doing the when he was like, well, we should be nice to white people.
Yeah.
After we just did all of that, we spent an hour talking about, and he was like, well, we just got to be nice to them. I'm like, ain't nobody spitting in their face.
Was like, oh, we be mean to them, they're gonna play our stuff. I'm like, so the 100 years that they wasn't playing our stuff already, mind you go down to New York Fit, the Met just just did. I literally flew across the country to see that in person because I'm like, this is insane. Like, they just did a opera by a black composer, and you trying to tell me that two broads who started a podcast in her kitchen with mics we didn't even own, we're the reason why they're not playing black music?
Like, come on.
Y'all just making stuff up. Y'all moving the goalposts, and I feel like there's nothing that any of us can do that's going to affect that. Like, you really just gotta live your life. I just feel like part of me pities people like that because I feel like you are holding on to. I understand there was a period in time where maybe that is what you had to do. If you were a black person and you were turning down roles in an opera where someone was doing blackface, you were not working. However, like, Angel Blue now has the freedom
and
to
you
do
should
that.
be happy that she can turn that down, and you should be wondering why they still doing blackface.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, y'all be focused on the wrong thing. It's actually so nuts, and that applies to all areas of blackness. I even think about like some of the older opinions in my family about like what you have to wear your hair to go do this. I'm like, girl, I remember this was a decade ago, like when I was taking grad school auditions, and I had just did some Brock sprays, and I did triangle parts, which I've never done since because it was way too hard. And I was like, okay, period. And somebody in my family saw me and it was like, well, you about to go take a trial lesson and this and that. I'm like, first of all, these are braids. They're regular braids. Secondly, the viola teacher where I'm going to is black. This was Ohio State. Shout out to Julia White-Smith. And third, it would be, if she thought it was weird, I don't want to go there no way.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'm playing and you worried about my hair.
Like, what?
What are you talking about? We got bigger problems.
In regular braids. And I'm sorry you had to go through that, because I was just watching a video on I was going to have a little idea about W.E.B. Du Bois and that whole like exceptional 10 thing. And I understand that's what y'all had to do to transition out of, like, y'all was just slaves like 10 years ago. I understand, but that's like not what it is. And it's also like not wanting that if that's what it is.
Right. And I get it. Like, I get what is going on. Like, it's a trauma response. And the idea when you become successful in that kind of industry, you have to make certain things part of your identity. And part of that, the respectability is going to be a large part of that. And so when you see the next generation trying to get into those same doors without that, it messes with your sense of self, because essentially it's saying like you you didn't have to be that in order to be that, because you're seeing the next generation get in those doors without having to be that, and it kind of messes with something that you've made part of your sense of self, your identity, and it's scary. So I get what's going on. I think the reason I still was like had to do something is just because, well, one, I'm Nigerian. I don't do disrespect very well. It's just like it's an ancient thing.
Yeah, but I don't like piss no Nigerian off because they start cursing your bloodline. It's
an ancient thing.
So
that's where we have to go.
Like, your children's children will suffer.
Listen, we don't.
That's kind of nuts. Like, just because I cut you off, I'm sorry. I was trying to merge.
Listen. You're not gonna do. Did you do it again?
Oh, that didn't happen to me. I just said I as a precaution.
It didn't even have to happen.
As a precaution.
No, I'm gonna apologize for earlier.
See?
It's too late. The damage has been done. This is date number 1. Continue from henceforth.
That's so
you know what's funny? After Angel dropped out of the opera, later on I posted a video talking about blackface. And lo and behold, someone was in my comment section saying, Grace Bunbury said it was fine. You need to relax. You haven't done as many roles and blah, 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 blah. Grace Bunbury knows what. And I was just like, this is why that kind of stuff is dangerous. Because, like, you let it stand publicly.
Who was this?
Grace Bunbury was one of our great black opera
She
singers.
died?
Yeah, remember we talked about this, but we had literally passed away.
Last year, if not last year, the year before.
We sad about it?
Yes.
Because it's one challenging opinion, but in the context of, we understand that that's what you had to go through and all that type of stuff. Now it's wrong that you're saying that now, but like it's just one of those challenging opinions of an elder.
Like we have our elders that we don't want them talking publicly on certain,
her.
Certain
Yeah. Oh, in 1937. I don't. That's why I get it.
I mean, like.
Okay.
Couldn't have got to where she went.
With the internet, you can't stop her from saying something publicly, but there needs to be someone else to say, hey, that's not actually true anymore.
Yeah.
Or else it stands. And so
sometimes we just gotta It's like, well, how much am I gonna convince my grandma? You know, it's kind of like, this is okay, girl.
Hang up on you.
It's like, all right, girly five. Yep.
I just feel like that, like, I feel like, especially when you do something that, especially classical music, so many things are seen as unserious if it's not like on the straight and narrow, and people are not used to the both of it all.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, our show is
very serious, very astute, very
learning. But, like, I also feel like sometimes we be like,
straight in the camera is not crazy. We serious? We got you a chair? We had choice? It was choice a chair.
So, what would you say? We're like 80% unserious?
No.
Sorry, Dalanie.
We like 80% unserious, would you say? 80.
Yeah, 80%.
That was really high pitched.
Cause I want to say 90, but like that's 90's nuts.
90's a lot. No. You honestly, like, I love the way you guys do things because it's real, and I think it allows for the humanity, so it breathes and it's alive, as opposed to like trapped in amber, which is the way I think of our favorite classical musicians or our favorite performances. Are always the people that feel, at least the people that feel the most human, and not necessarily the most perfect. There's something about perfection that feels inhuman. Like, I think of like Leontine Price. I guess I'll speak in my industry. She sounds flawless, but why she's so celebrated is because she put something in there that's like, oh, that's a black woman. That's Leontine. Like, you can hear, and it just feels a little bit like free, like playful almost. And I think that playfulness is why we come to the art, because or else you just plug it into Sibelius or Finale or whatever, you get accuracy.
Yeah,
I mean, real artsy over here. Then
you said what?
It's real artsy.
Real
over
artsy
here,
fartsy. Yeah, I just feel like I just like to embrace the full humanness of it all. Like, I don't understand why there can't be dichotomy. Like, why we can't laugh a little, why we can't. And I feel like just because we're not laughing, having a good time, doesn't make it more serious. Like, I don't know. I was reflecting on, because I was talking to Dalanie about something about people coming back around, and I was reflecting about all the people who were rude to me in undergrad, and I was like, y'all did all of that and all that just to be like if you was gonna do all of that, at least like make a mark. At least be extraordinary. If you're gonna be a bitch, at least be extraordinary. Right. Y'all graduate, y'all didn't contribute nothing to the field. Y'all didn't, in all of my unseriousness and all that. I'm published. I play professional orchestra. I don't know. I feel like being unserious works.
Doesn't it feel good?
Like, all that people, I'm like, y'all did all of that. Y'all were so condescending, all that stuff, just to be unoriginal, just to marry some man.
And then I think that's also it. Like, that goes to what Babatunde was saying before. It's like some people just don't have it. It's a lot of people like, in classical music. Y'all spend too much time in that practitioner by yourself. You don't have no personality. But also, there's some people who felt like they couldn't. I remember that one, and he grew, but. At Eastman, you didn't like him for my tink. But he was like, we was being loud and being, whatever. And he was like, oh, don't do that around me. Like, whatever. You could tell he was a little embarrassed about it. He was a freshman at the time. He came around by the end of his...
It's not going to make the white people like you more.
Like, whatever. And there's just some people...
He was a freshman when we were doing that to him?
Yeah, it was a freshman. And I remember...
I just can imagine being embarrassed by my own people.
There was a
We're all at Eastman.
Where there were people where I'm like, I can tell you don't want to be seen with the other only black person in the room, and I come in the room, where the niggas at?
Like, no, I remember someone told me that. I was like, they were like, they don't want to be seen with the other, and I'll be like, damn.
Right, I'm like,
I ain't on shit. Like, what, you Cuban? Like, something? You Dominican? Like, give me his
Close enough.
Like, I just don't, I've never... Like, it's not gonna make them respect you more if they already think you a nigga. Like, if they are like that and it's not gonna make you be. And that's back to that W.E. Du Bois stuff when he was like, okay, all we gotta do is like go in there and like look at me, like I have hands and feet like you do, and I talk like this, and it's like they already think you a nigga.
Done.
I'll never forget this clip I saw from it's from this like TV program that came out like, in the 60s. I forgot what it's called, but it was a black guy who was interviewing this white man.
God, yeah.
That one that I posted, and he was like, and the white guy was like, just like any other person, I feel like as we get older we learn, and we just get more liberal. And I came to the realization that he said he said Negroes are people just like us. And he was like, and the black guy was like, what did you think we were before? He was like, kind of like a sophisticated pet. And I was just like, that's why I can't, there are people, everybody has their role in the whole thing. And my role is not sitting down with people who think that I'm less than human, because it's not normal to just meet people who don't look like you and be like, animal. Like, that's not normal. Then when people say it's just about because they don't know. What is there not to know? I just be seeing people and I'm like, oh, person, other person, other person. It's not normal to just be like, we should put you in a zoo. Like, that's...
Why does that happen? Like, Indian people don't do that. Like, Asian people don't do that. Like the rest of the planet, they come across other humans from other planets. Other humans. They don't think of like, but.
We just went on a tangent about that a couple weeks ago. Because, like, you really left your place in Spain and sailed and be like, you know what we should do? We should capture y'all.
Right. I'm saying mine now. Like, it just.
And
like,
my land and y'all are mine too. What? That's so crazy.
I just feel like, and I think that a lot of people are not, maybe it makes them feel helpless to come to terms with the fact that there's really nothing that you can do but live your life. Because, like, I remember we just found out that somebody was in a one-sided beef with us on TikTok, and our filter comments, we had no idea. And just the other day, like, everything was, oh my gosh, you guys are so ignorant, this. And I'm like, when people hear, like, they don't take joking as joking. They think that if we joke about something that we really don't know what we're talking about underneath that. And I'm like, people forget, as much as we kiki, there's 6 music degrees at this table minus you, but I'm saying, like, on our regular, like, whatever, like, we know what we're talking about, but also we just serious, like, but instead of, we don't need to say that in every episode, because there was somebody, they only got in a program because they're the right gender and race. I'm like, so it really don't matter what degree you got, whatever, they gonna think what they think. Girl, I was in audition 8 down, accepted on the spot, actually. So I don't know, like,
yeah, especially like,
there's nothing you can say.
You can say whatever you want about like the diversity, whatever. Mr. Taylor would not have taken me if I could not play. That's not how it works. He would have less in his studio. Yeah, like that's just what it. And also, I kind of got moved past the whole trying to prove that stuff. Yeah, girl. I don't know. I never went to school. I don't care. I'm dumb. Sure.
They let me in because
I'm black. They needed to fulfill their quota. Fine.
Whatever you say.
Because you already believe it. So it's like...
They already believe it.
Anyway, don't you love a tangent? That was actually not a bad tangent.
No, I like it.
Because we were, like, on topic. It wasn't about, like, Meg Thee Stallion.
No.
Which we could talk about.
We could.
What you think about her and her man?
I'm happy. I like it. I like seeing them showing a healthy relationship out loud. And her being so publicly happy about it. I like it. I don't like. I'm worried. I'm worried just because we've seen her happy before, and it's just always like hard, like, and then like, So I mean, it's just. I mean, I shouldn't say I'm worried. I'm happy.
Yeah, me too. Are you gonna go see Cardi B live?
As soon as I can, yeah. I saw her. I waited in line all day for a meet and greet. Got a picture with her.
Really?
Absolutely.
You got it.
The picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can find it.
You saw her when she was like, everything, mashallah, mashallah. That's been my new stem lately.
That's a good one.
You see that? Mm-hmm. When she was in Saudi Arabia, and she was like, Cardi is so. She was like, assalamu alaikum, alaikum asai. Everything, mashallah, mashallah.
Cardi is so.
I feel like that talk about somebody with personality. I feel that's why she has a hard time, because she's actually authentic
and she's always herself. So
she's always her. See, and people don't take her serious. And I'm like, to not take Cardi B seriously is nuts. When that second album had no skips, your sophomore album having no skips is nuts.
Yeah.
Can't compete with me. I'm not the one. I can't say that.
Yes, you can.
Just like put my hair up in the bun.
Girl, you said worse than that on the show. Yes.
Oh my God. When she said I cried 300 days last year and none of y'all called me up. And like those tears that ran down my cheeks, y'all about to be salty. No way. Oh, she's so cute. She knows you do the y'all gon'
No.
We gotta talk.
I'm working on it.
Cause what you mean? You literally could have been
that was the Atlanta meet and greet, and that was a long day.
Oh, y'all look good. She looks so good.
Like that.
What lace? I can't find the lace.
That picture was taken at like 12:30 in the morning. So,
and
so
she's so selfless, but she look at her smiling, not being.
She was like, she said I don't care. She said I don't care if I'm here till like 1 in the morning or whatever. I'm taking pictures with every single one.
Oh I love Belcalis. Like I really love her. Oh,
here she go.
Here she go.
Probably won't pick up on the mic, but
just so you know what's going on, there's a dog upstairs.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah,
her human just came back.
So to tie it all in,
right.
Just like Cardi is this professional that people just discount because she's Cardi and they can't recognize how worthy of emulation she is. Same thing happens to black people in classical music, where you're expected to, you got to do this, you can't be that, you can't be that. Whereas and it makes it hard for them to see how worthy of emulation this person might be. Mm-hmm. We're killing it, and we don't have to talk or dress or be a certain way in order to. If you don't recognize it, that's a poor thing. I'm sorry that you're missing out on that, but it's real. I like hearing you guys talk about it because I feel like I did both dances. Like I started off like.
I think we all start off. Well, I can't speak for Dalanie, but I definitely started off like that. I remember when I made it. I remember when I was like, I'm gonna stop code switching. Especially like growing up in the suburbs, and it's like there's definitely a black population at my high school, a big enough one. I think it's like 25%. It might be more now, but it's like when they split you up when it comes to the honors classes and stuff like that. Like that you split up, and then also I was in orchestra, and I was the only black person in the top orchestra. All my friends was having fun in the bottom orchestra because their parents was making them do it. So it's like. Kind of figuring out how to survive in those places. You put the little voice on, and you like totally like cool. Damn. And it's like I didn't stop. It didn't feel like me, so I stopped doing it. And I actually like more people drew to me. Actually, the older I got, because I was just being myself. And it's like the people who were attracted to me because of me, they didn't have to like work through that whatever, because I was doing that at school trying to survive, and then I'm going home to my freaking Jamaican ass house. Like, what am I doing? You know? And I understand like people have different levels to navigating that, and that's why that girl, you saw the Danish Deception. Why nobody saw that? Anyway,
no, she talking about it.
Huh?
No, I was gonna say I don't know it either.
You be on TikTok?
A little bit.
Oh, okay. No, you got to be on TikTok. But it was this Nigerian girl got scammed by this she didn't get scammed. She wanted that. But she got scammed by this Danish guy who had no money.
Wait, a Nigerian person got scammed by a Danish person?
See.
Yeah.
You gotta look her up. Yeah, on Yeka.
That's embarrassing. I'm ashamed.
Yeah, the Nigerians were like, girl, what happened?
What happened?
I was nuts. And he scammed her family too. I didn't tell you that part because he was like, I told you that because he was like, oh, can I borrow like $10,000 trying to buy an Onyeka a purse, a car, da da da.
You can't afford said purse nor a car. If you need to borrow $10,000 from me to get it,
it was like $230,000 in total by the end of it.
I just like, girl, I can't feel bad for you.
No, you can't feel bad for her. Do not feel bad for her at all. He had a gambling problem, and she made her an authorized user on her card. It was a bunch of stuff. It was nuts.
Man, the economy in Nigeria is getting rough because
it was crazy.
I would have never believed this story before.
But people were dragging her because she only had white friends.
So I was gonna say, like, do you not are you disconnected from the community? Do you not have any like Nigerian friends? Like, how did you get to you're too old to be the
But the thing that made me I was curious about were the family, because my uncles would have been like, yo, where's mine?
She's the point of entry. Like, if the family trusts her, she can make them she can be a blind spot. I thought about that too. I was
That's
like,
fair.
not a whole Nigerian family. Like, these are Nigerians that grew up in the 80s, Nigerians. Like, nah.
Maybe my uncles don't love me because my uncles would have been. My uncle would have told you all types of places to suck.
Okay. Whoa.
Like. So. Anyway, cool. We're gonna move on. I feel like we talked about our third. We talked about the third one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious. Speaking of Nigeria, as somebody who has had to deal with my Jamaican family being less than enthused about not going to dental school and pursuing the viola, how is this going for you?
How is it going now?
Okay. Both. How was it going?
I've been on TV now, so everything's great.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Buttery smooth now.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a little rough patch though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta think. My mom was a single mother in the U.S. Like, she was born and raised in Nigeria, so she's raising 3 kids alone in the U.S. And so there's a little pressure on her to make sure those kids can feed themselves. Mm-hmm. And then when the oldest says that they want to be a classical singer, an opera singer, and no one in the family is even a musician, like there's no help from the community. There's like not, and you can understand her concern.
Yeah.
And for someone who's like an art, and like every story of the artist kid who had to be an artist, who had to end, like the kind of conflict that usually has with family. So things are, to quote Bubba Sparks, things ain't great now, but they're much improved.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I think it's hard. I mean, I feel like any.
I don't know why Bubba Sparks popped in my head, but that was it. Things ain't great now, but they must improve. Album dropping this summer. That sucks for you, because this is Bubba's moment. I put my mother on it. I said my mother, it seems as if I love her, don't it? You don't remember Bubba Sparks?
Before our time. No,
See,
I'm just playing. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you.
Bubba Sparks.
Bubba Sparks.
No, that sounds familiar.
I'm so TikTok brain because I have to talk about Bubba from TikTok.
No, not that one. Bubba Sparks
I'm
is a
thinking
rapper.
Bubba.
I think it's from Houston.
The restaurant.
He's from Texas.
I know that name sounds familiar.
Oh, this doesn't sound familiar to me.
Oh, Collie Park, Bubba Sparks. Booty, 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 rocking
Oh,
everywhere.
okay. You should have said that.
That's another one of his songs. Yes,
Okay.
that was it. Yeah,
Oh,
Bubba Sparks.
Okay.
We back on track.
We back. We back.
This is before my time.
I was gonna say, I feel like, Dalanie, I don't know if you've had this experience, but I feel like there's a certain pressure on Black kids anyway to like succeed anyway. And I saw this TikTok, of course, this morning about this girl talking about this idea that I was like I'm still trying to chew on it. I don't have experience. My mom was like, woohoo, whatever you want to do, you're the one who has to do it. That's always how it's been.
Man, okay.
You're the one who has to do it. There was only 2 things she was against. But
What she against?
the 2 things I ended up doing anyway, hair and cooking. She didn't want me to go. She didn't want me to go to. You said what?
No.
Those were the 2 things
She didn't want me to go to culinary school, and she didn't want me to be a beautician.
Why not?
I don't know. I should ask her.
So
Like,
funny.
she was really more cool with you being a violist.
I think, to be fair to her, when that whole culinary whatever was like around like 3rd, 4th grade, she was like, "Girl, you don't want to go to culinary school." And I was like, "Okay." I feel like I was so decisive about music by the time I made the decision to do that.
I could see culinary school more than beautician, because beautician, I feel like you low key that could be something for real. Culinary school, it depends. I mean, if you went to work in a restaurant, maybe you would start your own restaurant. Ooh, that's a real bad.
I feel like also she kind of ate with the culinary school, because you go to all that culinary school to be peeling carrots. like I be seeing them people be like, I went to all that culinary school, and they're literally like picking like stuff out of vegetables.
I got a cousin. Oh, you got a cousin that's a chef too.
Well, he used to be a chef, but he burnt out. He burnt out.
Oh,
he's been a chef for years.
Oh, my cousin, she's a pastry chef.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I don't even think when. Oh, I can't say that because my family kind of messy. But I might as well. He's not gonna listen to this. When he came back into our lives, he. so funny, right?
Don't worry,
Anyway,
you next.
you said what?
I was like, don't worry, you next. You and your family are in the hot seat next.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, by the time he wasn't a chef, and that was like in 2018, 2019.
Oh.
So it's been a little minute. But yeah, he burnt out because it's like you're doing like 16-hour days. I'm like, she kind of hate that. I would have hated that. I'll make 2 videos back to back. I'm like, whoa. But it's my family. My grandma was like, when is Katie gonna get a job? Constantly.
You know, when you came back with your BO, she's like, you still doing that? I thought that was just for school.
Forgot about that. Like, I just feel like but I also like zoom out and I'm like, it's hard to be the first one to do something. But it's like, I be looking at some and be like, oh, so now y'all want to do some stuff. It was like, everything be foolishness when I do it. And then you think about it and you like, now everyone, in my family, not everybody want to pledge. Now everybody want to, I'm like, but there's the thing I've been chewing on is the fact that like when people are going to therapy about their parents, when Black people are going to therapy about their parents, they think they should go to a Black therapist who understands the nuance of, because your parent can automatically be looked at as a narcissist when they're thinking like, you're my investment, you're my this and that. But if there's the nuance of like, this is like survival, this is like, and they might have came to another country to do this for you, and it's like, no, like you gotta make some stuff shake for real, you know. It's like, it's still not my problem because it's like I'm my own person, but like it's something to give. And I have like a cousin that's going through something like this similar. It's like you trying to find your own personhood because it's like you're your parents' investment, you know. Like that's a lot.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're like, I know you said you're the oldest.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your decision to go on your own path affected your siblings, like what they've done or how they felt doing their own thing?
Yeah, I feel like, and my cousins said this recently too, because I'm the oldest of like the grandchildren as well. Wow. I'm the example. Well, see, I took the other route. I was like, how can I there's no way I can be the example, but how can I help the rest of my like cousins and siblings and stuff? So what I did is I set off all the booby traps ahead of time. I just did everything that was wrong, so they got to figure out like what it was like, and the parents had already seen it and dealt with it by the time they did it. And so everyone else was a little more well behaved than I was.
Wait, let me find out what you was doing.
Everyone else was more well behaved.
Were you a fun misbehave like Kevin from Home Alone, or were you like
we worried about Babatunde?
Like, or you could have been on Scared Straight?
No, I wasn't dangerous in trouble. I was fun in trouble.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah, definitely fun. And so, what was I saying? So yeah, I think I gave them a certain freedom to do whatever they wanted because it wasn't going to be worse than trying to be an opera singer. It's like they could, my brother, I think he had the freedom to go study because he was into anime. And after I was like committed to this classical music thing, that he felt like, oh, okay, I can go study Japanese and I can move to Japan and I can live there and I can marry a Japanese woman and I can, and he did it.
He married a Japanese woman?
Yeah. My brother is a 6'5" Nigerian man living in Japan half the time.
I'm about to say, let me find out Isaac. I got a friend that sounds just like that. I'll call it, let me find out he half Nigerian. No.
So yeah, he's
wow.
This giant African guy speaking Japanese, and it's pretty cool. But I feel like they kind of had the freedom to do whether they wanted to walk the straight and narrow or do something a little divergent. So they did. So that's how I kept the pressure off of me.
That's a good thing. I mean, my cousin Nadia, who's been on this show at the beginning, her path is kind of more usual in that like she's a social worker, but like her free spirit like really like trickled down because Nadia's always like, it's my life. and it's like that has all she's always like, Katie, who cares, and it's just been so. And also there's that idea of like getting used to being a disappointment. I really love that idea. Yeah. Again, not for my mom, because of my mom, even yesterday, she's like, you're your biggest fan. I was like,
yeah, your mom, so
she's just so, boss, like, you know, be so. But anyway, my mom is great. It's the other Browns that just be. And it's like, this is my life. This is my stuff. And I be telling, that's why when I be sprinkling it down, I be like, life is long. You gotta do what you gotta do. Like,
That's like with that time and you was like, something was going on with you and you was like, your mom was worried and you were like, what you worried for? It's my stuff. And she's like, yeah, so birthed you? Like, care about you? Like,
I be like, my mom's so nosy. I'm like, oh wait, she has. The other day she was like, what you pick up your prescription for? I was like,
oh well, I put my foot down, girl. You're not gonna be in my stuff.
Oh, but mine's not very serious. I think if it was mine was more serious.
My mom, she love it. She just be. Mom, she got so great. My mom is great. She's a great mom, but she just like she got so many opinions. That's how I feel like. That's how it always. I mean, I guess except for like you said, your mom very like. My mom was asking me for my grades in grad school. Like
my mom started asking for my grades. I don't know, somewhere around junior year. She's like, she got it.
Oh, like
she would go to the parent teacher conferences though, and they had a little printout on the table. What about your mom? How was she?
She's good. She is a nurse and lives in Southern California. And she's good. We talk occasionally a lot more than we used to when I was in college.
That is so stressful.
Yeah, I just had to kind of put some distance between us for a period of time. I think because of her life experience, she could, and her life experience leading up to, and at that time, being a single mom raising 3 kids, she didn't have the capacity to process what I was doing, and I didn't have the way to communicate it in a way, so I used the tools I had available, and I just created a space which I still think was the right move.
Yeah, 100%. Good for you.
Not looking at me. No, okay. Because I had something I wanted to talk about, kind of similar to the figuring things out, figuring how to, best go along your path. When we were preparing for this, we saw your ebook and your workbook about being a neurodivergent artist, also about imposter syndrome, which is something that we've talked about a lot on this show. We ain't never talked about neurodivergence on the show, actually, so now we got the expert here. You wrote a book.
Oh, I guess. Dang, that's all it takes. Okay, I guess.
Well, it depends.
Well, no. I've lived as a neurodivergent for decades, so I guess that makes me an expert.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and one, I just want to know. I mean, we can separate those two things because imposter syndrome is something a little different. But can you talk about how each of those things has kind of shaped your journey?
Yeah, I think, well, just being a neurodivergent, learning typically was, or I guess I'll put it this way. Reading has always been tricky for me, just my brain, and that includes music. And so in learning music, we're trained very much like not to listen to other recordings. Don't listen to recordings because you'll just copy them. You need to just learn the music and then like do that on your own. And for me, I learned that it was similar to like Wikipedia when they said not to use it for research, but you just had to know how to use it. I'm like, the sources are down there. Yeah. It's all arranged. I just need to. Anyway, I think I had to find. First I had to learn the rules to be a classical musician, so I can learn to break them correctly. In order to get where I needed to get, because especially around where I was, there was pretty much, generally speaking, one road to success, and it didn't work for me, and I had to find other ways to do that. Between being neurodivergent and not having like a lot of money, like growing up, like I've always lived in a place where I can't practice because the walls are really thin. And so I learned in that viral video, someone was wondering how I can sing those many high A's sitting down. And I was like, because most of my practices happen when in the car. That's what I've been doing for like, and so I think in a lot of ways, like the circumstances, both like socioeconomic, but I guess I'll say, well, around my neurodivergence, I think I've found ways to make it a strength more than, especially with what I'm doing now. the first time I combined, or the first aria I had to learn ever had patter in it, and I couldn't get all the words right, and I couldn't memorize it. Oh, patter. So it's in like in opera, it's when they have a bunch of words. Or I don't know if it's just in opera, but in theater, it's when they have a bunch of words very, very quickly. And so in opera, they use it for like old men a lot, because it's supposed to be the idea of like a grumbly old man saying like, you know, leave me alone, don't tell me what to do, I can do it on my own, you know, whatever they do. But in opera, it sounds like, and goes on and on.
Oh, we got that for viola.
Yeah. Oh, right. Exactly. Yeah, Vivaldi. It's the same. It's the same thing. So I had to sing this, and I couldn't memorize it until I until I started doing it over a hip hop beat, and it stuck for me. And I learned like, okay, to memorize music, like, because I've been memorizing hip hop albums for years at that point, and so I just used that muscle because there was a block in the way that I was told to learn the music.
That's cool. Like the memorizing the hip hop.
Yeah, it was really it helped a lot. It's fun. I used hip hop for a lot of my musical, not just like through the career, just different things, like trying to find different intervals, weird rhythms, especially with like 21st century music, because it's just weird stuff. And it doesn't go where it wants to, but I can find references and stuff like outside of classical stuff that makes it less weird.
Reminds me of Richard with gospel music. I have a friend that studies gospel music, music theory, and I feel like he does a similar thing. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Wait, so is there a drop off point for your hip hop love, or like you like current stuff too?
All the way, current stuff.
Oh, period.
Like I never stopped. Like I don't know what it is, but something about me, like when, you know, the new thing comes out and people like don't hate it, like it almost doesn't matter what it is. Like Facebook, when they would have new updates, I was always excited about it. I always liked it. So every new iteration of hip hop that happened, I loved it all. I had to be in the closet about loving mumble rap when it came out because no one had anything good to say about it. I was like, but it's like, it's dope because like with the less emphasis on the text, you can feel the rhythm of the speech more, and it almost sounds more like drums, like in a way, like it sounds like they're mimicking more the sound of a drum than the actual word. So it's a little more like it's a different thing. It's dope in that way, but people were just like, they're ruining hip hop. Hip hop is dead. No, like hip hop is 40. Like relax, y'all. Like so
which is very very young.
All the way to this stuff today.
I'm just gonna make it a thing at this point.
So we be helpful, you don't like it. We be unhelpful,
right.
You don't like it.
I appreciate it. Thank you
right.
for the acknowledgement.
There you go.
40 is young.
There you go.
But I will say I really really like that, because I don't like when I feel like people, when they approach like a new type of art or something they haven't heard before, it's like it's never from like, I won't say never, but like a lot of people don't do it from a place of curiosity. It's from a place of comparison. It's from a place of this isn't like how it used to be or whatever. And it's just like, besides the fact that y'all can still go back and listen to all the old stuff, like it didn't go nowhere. There's also like people who romanticize like music from a different era also don't consider that like that's the music that survived from that era. Like they probably had a lot of the stuff that you would think is shit too, but like it just didn't survive. And I feel like I mean, you know, it's limits because we've said our things here and there about the contemporary music girls, because they do be whatever. But at the same time, I respect your decision to do that, and I think that a lot of the things that we I think it is important to, you know, make those explorations. There's probably a lot of people who were in the lab kind of coming up with mumble rap, and you know, it has some stuff that they threw out to become, you know, like what we love today and how it became so big. Like I just feel like it's always, I don't know what people expect really, actually. Like they want to just keep stuff the same. I mean, I guess in classical music that's actually not an unfamiliar concept. Like,
yes, it is. Damn it. I keep telling people this the whole time. I was like, I told someone we got into a conversation about me being traditional and untraditional. I didn't mean to shut you down. I'm just emphatic about this point. They like opera started in the Baroque period, and then there was an evolution in relationship to the popular music at the time, which is why when it came around to classical music, hell, Baroque Handel sounds completely different from Mozart because there was this evolution of the art form in relationship with the classical music. That's why by the time we got to Gershwin, it sounds completely different from what Mozart was doing. You know, it just kept changing because its tradition is to evolve. That's how it's come across. That's why it's still, after hundreds of years, it's still this behemoth that, I mean, there's colonization as well, but that's covered the entire planet that like everyone is familiar with. Everyone has this like reverence for, but it touches people in pretty much every culture, and I think it has stayed alive to get to this point because of its incorporation of the popular music at the time. And for some reason, some around World War II, somewhere around that time, they just like, you know what I think it was? Part of it, at least. I think the popular music at the time became too black.
Yeah.
And there just wasn't popular music that wasn't black, and so you couldn't let it infect it, and you had to like take it backwards. That's my theory on part of what happened.
Yeah.
After disco, jazz, and it's just like, all right, guys, it's ours now.
Because I feel like there was a point where, because a lot of these composers that people, I'm not saying they need to let go of them, but that are still being championed today, like, were working composers in their time. Like some artists in general, their work matters the most after they're dead. But a lot of these people, they was living it up. They was employed. They was the fruits of their labor. They were current composers like at the time. And I just feel like, at some point it was just kind of like a drop off. Like, all right, so after this, we're not doing nothing else.
It's so weird. We get the glimpses. We get to see like Eric Whitaker. When he had like glimpses of like someone doing something new forward, and then like the popularity, like he was eating off like just his music he probably still is. I mean, I remember when I found out that because I was a choral singer at the time, and we worshipped Whitaker for our stuff, and we didn't know that like the orchestra people had a relationship with him too. It's like, oh, he writes for you guys too, like, it was a fun crossover. But I'm like, this dude's probably rich right now. Hell, right now. In like the stage theater, I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda with like Hamilton, it's musical theater, but it's still in the stage. It's still music. I low-key thought that would be like the straw that broke the cat. I thought the music world, the rest of the live music world would see that and go running. I thought all orchestras were gonna do like hip hop music incorporated, all operas were gonna, I thought it'd be pumping out, but they don't want money, or
they don't want money. I never cared. I love Lynn. I never cared. Hamilton, I don't like getting into a Hamilton kick because then I just listen to it for 3 weeks straight. So I try to abstain, but I never cared. Hamilton is so good. It's so good. Now, are the characters suspect? Yes, it's not perfect. It's not perfect because it's like you really be feeling bad for Alexander Hamilton. Like, come on, like
he was human.
Yeah, but it's like it's kind of like you know how what? You don't even let me get it out.
Okay, I'm wondering who you would. Okay, go ahead. I'm just bracing myself.
You know how like at the end of Hocus Pocus. When they've been dancing all night because the witches had them, the sisters had them under that spell, and they came out and like, whoa, like I'm tired, like because they broke out of the spell. That's how I feel after I leave Hamilton. It's like you in the characters, you in it, you and you're like, wait, these people own slaves, and that's but when you in it, it's like, oh, your baby died in the duel, and then you cheat on your wife, and then we never know what happened. Oh, it was real sad. Oh, it was real sad. And then we never knew she burned all her letters. We never knew how she felt about. The future historians wonder how Eliza reacted when you broke my heart. Lena wrote that. No, I never cared. I never cared.
Yeah. Just like, all right.
I'm gonna have to make you watch it. I'm gonna have to sit there. You're gonna go like that. You have to see it.
I don't know what it is. It's so weird because the concept of watching a musical is not appealing. Although I have loved every musical I've ever seen.
Perfect.
I don't know what it is.
Well,
like I never want to start one.
Okay, well, I'll start
every time. And, you know, I love Sweeney Todd.
I watch Attack on Titan, and you watch Hamilton.
It's not fair trade, is it?
It's more than fair because mine is better.
How you know?
I do know.
You've seen the first 3 episodes of Attack on Titan.
And it was good. So I'm saying, but mine is gooder.
All right.
Episodes of what?
Attack on Titan.
You've only seen the first 3. You haven't started.
Like, okay.
I'm trying to drive a point home. I'm trying to drive a point home, and you not helping.
I can't help in this one because
you already unhelped.
I will just be more unhelpful.
We want her to see Hamilton. I thought we wanted her to see Hamilton.
We do.
Okay. So now we don't?
No, we do. Okay, I got it. Watch. I'm the same way. I will not see a musical. My friend had to trick me into listening to Hamilton. He like put on like the first track and it got to the part. Are you Aaron Burr, sir? Depends who's asking.
I was to that.
When it got to he handles the financials, you punch the bursar. I was hooked. That was it. I was like, okay, done. I was like, you got me. So I listened to it a bunch. I refused to see it forever. It wasn't like until someone got me tickets to go to Pantages and see it. I saw it, and I was very happy I saw it. I've seen 4 musicals in my entire life.
Really?
And people try and get me to see them all the time, and I will not go see one. Everyone I've seen, I will not shut up about it.
Okay, you want to go see a play?
I want to see a play.
I do not want to see a play.
We're going to go on an outing.
Yeah.
Wait, what? No. What play?
A play. You haven't seen Annie the musical? Annie's so good.
Annie's a musical.
Yeah.
That's not a play.
Well, there'll be a little bit of music there.
Okay. Wait.
We'll see what's playing. And we'll.
Maybe. Anyway, all that to say, I saw Hamilton.
Wait. We're not glossing over. You want to hang out with us? We were fine. I thought we were fine.
Okay, I'm done.
Because it was before it was, I can't believe we've all been in LA and we ain't seen it, whatever. And now all of a sudden, now all of a sudden he always gonna be out of town.
Yeah, he always.
Look.
He gotta go on tour.
You invited me to see a play. That's a different thing. I might be out of town.
I was lying. It would be a musical. Because you said you had to be tricked to go.
Oh, I see. That's what it was. That's how you.
But I do love a play. Wait, really?
You don't like plays?
You don't like plays?
I haven't been up. Well, I was on a play.
I just realized, in all fairness, I don't remember the last time I saw a play.
See?
Okay, so we gotta write that down.
Taking opportunity to go see a play. It's like you in it.
I wanted to go see that one, the one you saw that, huh? The African hair braiding one.
You should have said something, girl. You know I'll be outside. You don't ever want to go outside. So
you never asked me to go
because I don't got a rejection kink, Delaney,
Katie,
and Delaney because you never want to go.
Katie, we used to always be at Cafe Mac. We used to always be
because Delaney, you don't want to go nowhere. Look at that, see, you made him upset.
When the last time I told you no, I don't want to go nowhere.
Delaney, I'll be like, she ain't.
I feel like
I just be like, she don't want to.
She be deciding for me because I do love being in the house. I do.
I will admit that. I just be like, she don't want to go.
I was sitting in my room like I have to find something I like better than being in the house.
And I love being outside. I said it. Outside, outdoors,
indoors,
outside.
Like
what do you like?
Yeah, pick one.
Both.
No.
Well. Okay, if I had to pick one, I stay inside.
It's just so, like your room, your house. Like
I feel like I savor inside when I finally leaned into it. Fine, I said it. I love being outside. I love the people. I love. Can I get a to-go container? I love. Do you have a playbill? I just love outside. It's so great. The sun on your face, the people, the laughing.
Now, the to-go container when you're inside, it came in a to-go container.
But no, because then it comes cold, soggy.
You like soggy fries.
Okay, but when you order to go, it's always less food.
Okay.
And
skinny. Period. Body tea.
More expensive. And cold. Don't nobody want I want some pad thai. I don't want a pad thai. I don't want a pad.
Okay, you could go pick it up though and then bring it back inside.
But see, now if we're gonna be outside, we gotta be outside. But I do have urges to be. That's why for so long I thought I was an introvert, because I do love being inside. Like when I'm inside, I'll be like, when I have a day where I don't have to go nowhere, like I don't have to go nowhere, I enjoy myself.
You can control all the conditions. Anything you need, you can have brought to you. It's so great living in the future.
I just love everything.
Inside's fire.
It's so
outside, you got variables.
There are variables, but once you get past the variables, you have a good time.
Outside's fun is...
It can be.
Okay. Ooh. Outside fun, I think, is better than inside fun. When you achieve fun outside, it is always like outmatches anything we can pull off inside.
I do see that.
But inside is more consistently fun.
It's so constant. It's like
sure that I can agree with you. You control everything about being inside.
It's like when I was like, I want to pink this, and I painted my desk pink, and I just wake up and I look at it, and it's just so cute, and it's like everything that I love is on my wall. To have on my little Funko
and
Pops,
all of that will be there when you get back.
Where is my Christmas Kakashi Funko Pop outside? It's in my room.
But it will always be there when you come back. So you can go.
I'm not about to get into my paranoid Dalanie bag, because I could be a little. So.
And also, if you die outside, you enjoyed that Funko Pop all the way until then.
All right, that's crazy. I will say I've been the most outside this year.
It works. You started thinking about it. And
I've been so outside this year.
No, I was thinking about she's making you finish Attack on Titan now. It's just like the end of it. Like, don't make her get all the way through it.
Yeah, the ending of Attack on Titan. I just rewatched it when I was taking my hair down.
It's hard.
Yeah, the end of Attack on Titan.
Well, I thought, how many seasons is it?
4 seasons. You have to finish it. Oh my god.
You do have to watch it.
You have to watch it. Attack on Titan. So, like, I was just like, this is crazy. I'm so glad I watched that show. Really, and I did not want to watch it because I was like, this don't sound like nothing.
That first episode messed me up. I was like, I don't know.
Seeing your mama.
That was nuts.
When he, oh my god. And then when you find, and then there's just certain stuff you find out later that.
Right.
Like,
hey,
yeah, you gotta finish Attack on Titan. Like, it just gets to a point. Then that is for real TV. That's television. Like, that's story. That, like, I literally on the last episode, I bought the manga because I was like, I gotta.
They took stuff out, because didn't you say like anime's true to the manga?
So it depends on the anime, but Attack on Titan is true to the manga.
Oh, so you're just gonna read the same thing. You're not gonna miss out anything. You're not gonna find out anything new by reading the manga.
Yeah, not really.
Oh, okay.
But they do have like little, like I have the mega volume ones that have like all the interviews in the middle and the diagrams and all that type of stuff. But yeah. Okay. Well, it's gonna be our trade, and Babatunde will be there to guide us through it all.
Yep. Now all of a sudden he on tour and he busy and his phone don't work.
Mind you, we never got his number.
Oh, that was probably by design.
I don't have my number.
Well,
we know you live where you live, so we know what area of LA you live in. So we'll just drive around there.
There may or may not be an air tag in your bag. You never know. No, I'm just kidding.
See, I think it in there.
They was in them chips. Good luck getting that out.
We'll just drive around your neighborhood looking for you. So we see you.
Okay. I stay inside, remember?
But you sing. Ha! Who gonna be belting like that?
That's fair.
It's gonna be real easy.
Yeah.
I think it's only 5 by 5 square miles.
That's fair. Okay.
Anyway, last couple questions. We're back on track. You're having a true classical black experience. So you've been able to do a crossover between like your classical audience and you have a gen pop audience, which is like hard to get because I feel like gen pop, they interact with classical music if they want to feel like hoity-toity, they want to feel high society,
right,
or it's Christmas time and they want to see the Nutcracker.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you can always tell when the regular people are at a classical function because they are dressed to the nines. I'm like, girl, I'm in leggings and a sweat. Like, girl, I wasn't playing today, so I'm gonna go see the, And it's like, how has that experience been? And this was Delanie's question, so she's gonna ask the second half of it because I only wrote 3 words. But how has that experience been, and like, what have you found? Interacting with the dichotomy of it all.
I've found, for the most part, most of my following are not from the classical world by far. There's a small percentage that are from the classical world, and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about how people see the industry, how people see it. That it's surprising. It's so. I've learned that people that like classical music, the industry, we're pretty delusional, and in the sense that we think that people want to see it more than they do, or people enjoy it more than they do. That's the thing.
Oh, that's not good news at all. It's terrible news.
I've been around. I've learned how people will go. They won't go back.
This is terrible news.
So they go and they like, yeah.
That's what's happening. And then I saw some like poll that was taken by some governing body that actually does like research, and they have the same things. It's just so that's what's going on. That being said, people want that. They want to touch the. They see it as like glamour, glitz, like the high society, and they want to touch it. They want the association. They want the access to it. And the way it is now, they really see it as like a foreign. But it's like, I don't know, like it's for me, I feel like going to Kentucky Derby would be like. There's just so much. I've never been. I don't know what that's about or whatever. But I just know there's a culture around it. Their outfits and stuff. And I'm just like, what time do you go? What are you supposed to do? What happens there? That's the way I feel. I think a lot of people feel about the music halls. I'll say that. Because they know it's old European culture. They know that the music is not like dancing music. Is very different from it serves almost a different purpose in every other music genre that they listen to, and they don't really know what that is yet, but they know that they want to go and they want to partake in it because, in short, it's been kept from them. It's not like, like I don't want to go to see a hockey game.
Why not? That's not fun.
It's cold. And I don't know enough about the sport. I don't know the rules.
It's just soccer, right? With a stick. There's 2 goals.
Okay. How about this? I don't want to go see a baseball game.
Oh, baseball games are fun.
Katie thinks everything is fun, so just ignore
People
it.
keep telling me baseball games are fun.
See?
No, and then I ask, what is fun about the baseball game? And then they start listing a bunch of things that have nothing to do with baseball.
That's right. That I will give you. It's the ambiance.
Yeah, here we go. Right, and I'm just like, listen, aren't you ashamed? Like, can't you guys like? And that's the thing. I think that's the worst part about it. It's not just like y'all say that, hey, baseball game is fun. I say, what's fun about it? And then you list a whole bunch of nothing baseball related. That's not the worst part. The worst part is y'all stand on it as if that's not an explanation to why to go to a baseball game.
That's perfectly good explanation. And the outfits are cute.
Okay.
What outfits? Oh, the ones that they're wearing?
Yeah. The uniforms.
Okay. Well, I'll say this.
And they
For me,
you said what?
I don't want to go to a hockey game because it's just not really particularly interesting to me. But I've never been kept out of hockey games. There's never been anything that made me feel like I'm not allowed to go, like I shouldn't go. Like it's fine. Whereas with classical music or in the music halls, I feel like people feel like they are not allowed to go. Like if they go and they misstep, someone's gonna let them know,
and someone will let you know. Actually,
usually, and that's the thing. They're not that far off.
I feel
in a way. Like I was talking to he's lucky I can't remember his name right now, but he runs Opera America. And so it's the government about people could look it up, but that's fine.
Oh, that's like League of American Orchestras. That's what for y'all.
I think so. Like the all the American opera companies, the governing body. Of them. Yeah. It gives them the ranking of the houses and which.
We really live in 2 different worlds.
That's so
There's
funny.
a League of Operas. What's it called? Opera America.
And then we have IXM too, but IXM is international.
What's IXM?
IXM. The international something orchestra something. Girl.
News to me.
He was saying that, like, you know, when he's in these major cities, there's an opera company. He'll get free tickets. People send him free tickets, which makes sense. He's, you know, a boss. But he goes and sits in those seats, and the people around him make him feel uncomfortable. Like, they be looking at him, like, giving second looks, asking him, like, questions that are, like, semi-microaggressive.
Oh, he's black.
No, he's not. He is a Jewish man. And very obviously, but he's just not usually in those, like, seats. Like, I guess they have the donor circles. It's the same people.
That happened to me. When I went to see the Christmas Carol last weekend, when I'm going to go see, I want to go see. I was like, I want to pay a little extra. I want to see. So I was in the front row. And the amount of people that were just talking to me unprovoked, and it's like, I don't mind being a little nice. I'm just trying to sit here, sip my little Prosecco. And it's like, first of all, the usher was like, oh my God. And I'm like, girl, it's not that.
Damn.
Oh my God. You in the front row? I'm like, yeah, girl.
You sure you're not one of us?
Like,
It was spit takes.
I was like, thank you. I was looking for my seat and then, you're sitting here. Oh, normally it's donor circle. I'm like, well, girl, that ain't said on the website. I just want to be able to see what's going on stage. I don't got no glasses. Okay. So I thought it was weird. Like, people don't think you belong there. But for me, I take a space where I go. I'm like, girl, I don't care who normally sit here, but I pay my USD to sit here. So I don't even care nothing about none of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Damn. I went to a concert with somebody earlier this year, and I felt bad because they told me I felt like you was being strict with me. I'm like, to me, I'm not going to tell you what you can do. I don't care if you clap between movements. I don't care whatever. But I am going to tell you what people usually do so that if it happens, everybody don't turn around and look at you and you like, Dalanie, why didn't you say nothing? Yeah. You know, type of things. I try to balance that because I'm like, I don't want you to feel like I just like threw you out here, but also I don't want you to feel like you gotta do this, you gotta do that. But they told me, they were like, that's how I felt. Not just like in general going to an orchestra concert, never having been to one before. They was like, I feel like I had to be like really proper. Mind you, we was at the Hollywood Bowl.
We outside.
Like,
this is just so regular to me. Also, orchestra is just so unserious. Like, half of y'all not talking to each other.
And that particular orchestra that we went to see.
Yeah, I'm about to say, girl, and this person sleeping with this person.
Like, it's a whole lot of stuff.
And this person yelled at the personnel manager. Like, girl, it's a whole lot of ghetto stuff going on. Like, ain't nothing serious about orchestra except the music. Like, ain't nothing serious about orchestra.
I just feel like once you spend a whole lot of time around too, like, you know me, if it's a piece on the program I don't want to see, I'll sit in the hallway till it's done. Like, I really just like concert hall. Just it's regular to me now.
This is regular,
but yeah, you can really tell like for who it is or for whom it is a special occasion or something like that. Which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm just like I don't want people to feel like you got to, and if you don't got your whole situation, your 3-piece suit, you can't go to the opera. Like,
and I hate them videos that be coming. You see them videos that be like, okay, so you're gonna go see the Nutcracker this season. Like, what should you wear? And everyone's like, clothes. Like, and you're like, I'm so nervous. And people, and the person who made the video is like, well, yeah, you can just wear this. I'm like, literally, just go, because they will not do it next year. Your local Nutcracker is the most important Nutcracker. You want to go to American Ballet Theater? You want to go to the freaking Glendale Nutcracker and see that one. That's the one you want to keep open. And it's like you even dissuade people from spending a little $25 to go see their local Nutcracker because you're talking about the 3-piece suit they gotta wear and this and that. Like, no, like, this is what we need. Y'all go see that.
Y'all lucky we got a guess because I'm about to say something funny.
What you gonna say?
No, I can't.
He been rude this whole time.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
He ain't even been nice to us. No offense. You been nice to us?
Yes.
See?
It's okay.
What were you gonna say?
I don't want to say it no more.
Well, actually, last week when you was finna say something, that was nuts. So actually, that was so bad.
Y'all, that's the thing. We've been like, the show is very much like, we don't edit nothing out unless we need to, and then we try to self-edit before. But there's some stuff I'm glad I didn't say that because that was insane.
That was insane. You want to say something insane into the mic?
We'll edit it out. We promise.
Sorry, what were you saying? You were saying something about the Jewish man.
Oh, that's it. He be going on shows and even he gets made feel uncomfortable. So these people, people stress out a lot about what to wear. I think that's like one of the biggest deterrents. People say ticket prices and stuff. I'm like, nah. You're worried about, like, you don't own a ball gown. That's why you're not going, because you think that's what you need to wear. But
right. Like maybe if it's gala night, but not even right, because if you're not invited to the gala, you can wear regular stuff.
I think people going to galas know what to wear, because you don't get a gala invitation unless you be going to galas, or unless you be in those circles. I guess think someone goes like their first time to an event and it's a gala thing.
But you know how like orchestras, well, I don't know if operas do this, but orchestras will have a gala night in which I don't think everyone in the audience also went to the gala, but it still says gala.
Oh, I see.
Does opera do that? Opera has to.
No.
No. Y'all don't do that?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Like occasionally we have occasional galas, but it's not a regular thing for us.
And maybe it's also the environment of like what like concert halls look like and stuff like that. Like when I think of Dorothy Chandler Pavilion is gorgeous to me. Like I love the inside of that. I don't even actually remember I'm trying to think of what the hall looks like. I'm just talking about like not the outside, but like inside the building, but not in the hall type is what like I just love the way it looks. Same thing with Eastman Theater. I love and stuff like that. But
what about Walt Disney?
It's alright. The inside,
yeah,
like just like the decor and stuff. Like I'm okay with it, but I just like the Dorothy Chandler, all the crystals and the gold and it just is so pretty to me.
No, that makes sense.
It's very ornate. And Eastman just they was just doing stuff. The freak every time I remember, I felt like every time I went to Eastman, like into the building, I would notice something different. Like they got that weird those tables and the body is some type of animal with a 6-pack and titties.
Oh yeah, everything got
like
6-packs and titties.
Everything is some type of mythical whatever. And you look up on the ceiling, there's a carved Debussy's faces in the ceiling.
He's got 6-pack and titties.
Yeah, everybody got a 6-pack and titties.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we are running late, so I had many games planned, but we'll just do one. We're gonna play a game called What's Messier.
Okay.
In which I'm gonna give you a recent headline that is particularly messy. Okay. And you have to see if you can find an opera storyline or moment that would be messier, unless you can't. In which my thing will be messier. Okay. The first one is, have you heard of Brene and Akira?
No.
Okay, so Brene is a TikTok influencer. This is Cliff Notes. Okay. And she had a friend named Akira. And Akira is married to someone named, I forgot his name. Let's call him Tom.
Tim?
Tim, thank you.
I just heard about this before we...
Akira was married to Tim. Maybe they were cousins. Anyway, maybe I wonder if anyway. So Brene seduced Tim, and now she's married to Tim. Like Tim left Akira for Brene. Okay. Akira sued Brene because in the state of North Carolina you can sue for infidelity, and won. And now Brene owes Akira $1.75 million. For a nigga that I don't know T, but come on now. Is there anything messier than that?
Yes.
No way.
I see, they be killing people.
I was thinking about that whole Otello thing. That Otello thing was tragic. Cause what you doing?
These dudes both have girlfriends, fiancés, and they're like talking about how their fiancés are faithful. They're like faithful fiancés, and this older dude hears them and says, "Women aren't faithful." And
this is Major Figaro?
No, this is Così fan tutte.
Oh,
and essentially says women aren't faithful, and so bets them like, "Hey, if you follow what I say for 24 hours, you'll get this money." But I'm pretty sure your woman will cheat, and convince the two men to get the women to cheat on them with each other for the money, and they both lost the bet and ended their relationships.
That's the whole opera?
Yep.
Mozart is something else. That's the whole this whole time?
Yep.
Not this whole time.
That was a whole. There's no B story, no C story.
That's how it ends.
That's the whole thing.
Così fan tutte means they like. That's how they do. Or pretty much, that's the translation. I love.
Don't let the red pills hear about that story.
I love AAVE because we have so many. Like English doesn't have a translation for that because there's so many words that we don't have. But AAVE, like
that's how it be. Do not let the man hear about that. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Who wrote the libretto for that?
DuPont's? No.
Kevin Samuels,
I don't know.
I'm about to say. I can think of a couple of niggas who might have read that libretto.
I don't know.
That is messy.
That's how it is.
Opera VT.
Because this dude's like they're flirting with this dude flirts with a girl, but it's not happening. This dude flirts with a girl. The baritone flirts with a girl, and she smashes first night, and then comes back, tells this dude, and the dude's like, "Oh, really?" Goes back first again, but really like puts it on thick, smashes, and then they're both like upset, both heartbroken. Then they both reveal to each other like, "Hey, I was the other guy this whole time," and they're upset, and everything's all fucked up, and that's the end.
Mind you, y'all don't see. I don't know because y'all the ones initiated the cheating,
and that's why the messiest person you know was a man. No offense, because it's like, why you even come up with a bet like that?
Right?
You could have just left it alone.
That sounds like
it sounds like y'all wouldn't be no cheating had y'all not initiated.
See,
no, I don't know about
women
that.
don't be wrong, and that's what I heard from that.
I'm not arguing.
Good.
You're outnumbered, so.
So what?
So you're outnumbered, so.
Yeah. So, and can't leave. So. Okay. Second one is have you heard of Sharon Moore? What's going on with him?
Michigan?
Yes.
What's the story?
The story is he had a $30 million contract with U of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And he fumbled that. Oh, football! You saw that? Touchdown, sports girl. He fumbled that by having inappropriate relations with an assistant, and then threatened to harm her and himself with a butter knife. So now he's been fired from University of Michigan and is facing jail time.
For having a relationship with his assistant, or for sleeping
for the attempted, or I don't know if it was attempted murder, but I think it was what's called intimidation, whatever he did.
Oh,
he went to her house.
He went to her house. He pulled up on her.
That's a different thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this opera. Have you heard of the story Romeo and Juliet?
We think Romeo and Juliet's messier. Romeo and Juliet pisses me off. Because no, you ain't check a pulse, you didn't check nothing. That was I don't even care if he was 14 or not.
It was grief.
No,
I think it makes it more upset that he was just so fucked up by seeing her like dead. Like
you go there, you see your partner laying on the ground, breathing, mind you. That's the part. That's the part. I'm not talking about the second part.
You don't love me that bad.
You breathing, you're like, oh my God, I gotta kill myself. I wake up, you dead. Now I can see me being like, okay, I'm gonna die too. But this could have been avoided had you just went
held a finger here.
Nothing. You saw him laying down. Okay, so that means I see my man sleeping. I'm just like,
yeah. I was about to say he can't even take a nap in front of the TV.
like you went, oh my God. That's come on.
Okay. You know what? I don't think I can. Damn, 50 million. You said
30
million.
I'm like 30 million. And oh yeah, and there was pussy at home. You were married.
Oh yeah, he's married.
Man, yeah, I can't top that. That's such a mess.
Like, oh my God, yikes.
Well, best of luck to him. Okay, last one. So you know that Kelly Rowland's on tour for The Girl's Mine. Mm-hmm. Okay, The Boy's Mine. Yeah. Anyway, so Ray J. Ray J, because you know Beyonce went to like 6 shows.
I'm already exhausted.
Yeah, you should be. And the only reason why we know Beyonce went to like 6 or 7 shows is because Ray J told us. So Ray J got on Reels because he's like banned from everywhere else, according to Crystal and Kid Fury. So I don't know if that's true, but he got on Reels and was like, Beyonce should come to another show because she came to all these shows and she ain't saying nothing to Brandy. I need to get into the Ray J lore. I don't know anything about him except he's a terrible husband. Something.
The only redeeming quality of that dude is how hard he rides for Brandy.
Does he talk? Does Brandy talk to him?
I don't know. I gotta be careful.
Every time I hear about Ray J, I get the impression that it's like some distant fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way it feels. Because I haven't heard Brandy say anything about Ray J in a long time. Like, I can see this podcast. I shouldn't be on shit that's recorded. Brandy doesn't. I feel like we still remember Brandy killed a nigga before. Like, Brandy will remind us of that before she reminds us of Ray J. Remember those that no one talks about that anymore. The car.
The car accident.
She killed somebody.
Never mind.
No, that was a long time ago.
She killed
somebody.
Long time ago. Yeah.
She's not in jail.
Well, it was. I don't think it was an accident.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I think it was an accident. Yeah.
She hit somebody.
Yeah. I just know car accident. Someone died.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It was a long time.
Dang. See, this is why.
I mean, it happened. It happened.
No, that's what, look, I'll tell you what happened. Like, this is. I remember there was a stand up one day, and what's his name?
Bernie Mac?
No, this black dude talks funny.
Cause he said stand up. Something.
Yeah, he's a stand up comedian. I forgot his name.
He's dead?
No, he's still alive. It's not too long ago.
Talks funny.
Anyway, he's doing stand up somewhere. It was like Canada. It's a small club or whatever. And he made some joke about Bill Cosby.
Oh, Hannibal Buress.
Thank you.
I love Hannibal Buress. That's why.
Made some joke about Bill Cosby, like being a rapist, like back in the 80s. Well, casual joke. Someone heard that. Boom, 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 snowball.
That's literally
and that's how
reawakened the whole, literally his stand up.
Like, cause she was
love
forgotten about from back
Wait,
then.
I missed the detail. So they brought the Bill Cosby stuff back up.
He mentioned it casually in a stand up.
Wait, the whole
that did the whole thing.
And everyone
dug
all that shit.
This
back
whole
up.
him going to jail.
Yes, was because of Hannibal Buress.
That nigga's quiet about it too. I'm like, you started this whole thing.
Yeah, he had mentioned it before.
Because it was forgotten about. No one talked about it.
Because he's that when I told you he be trying to be on his music stuff. I'm like, nigga, just do the stand up. Like, I cannot wait until he goes back on tour for stand up.
Buress makes music.
That's what he says. It's not my cup of tea, so that's why I'm just like.
I don't ever want to shit on anyone making music.
Yeah.
However, like, I love Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. And even with him, I was just like,
Burst. And to the point where it's like it feels like it's a pivot, and I'm just like, because he does comedy shows here and there, but he does way more music shows now than comedy, and I've been waiting to see him live because I love Hannibal Buress.
Does he do a combo? Will he do music?
I don't want to hear all that. Respectfully. But I keep an eye because I do want to see him. He grew on me because he has a special on Netflix, which was cool, and I was like, whatever. And then I started seeing clips of him, and I'm like, well, this nigga is hilarious. Like, his delivery. Yeah, I
don't know him. I gotta get into him.
He's so funny.
Anyway, so all that to say, I'm not trying to bring up anything about Brandy that people forgot about.
That happened to Venus Williams too, didn't it?
What? Really?
Did I make that up?
Oh, I don't know anything about that. I don't know. We just listen. They the two.
But it's her podcast.
I'm the voice of reason. And this
now, hold a minute.
What I was gonna say is the last time I remember Brandy acknowledging Ray J is when he did that verses and sounded insane. And she commented on it. It was like, she was like, so you didn't drink your cup of tea? I told you to drink a cup of tea before you went on. Yeah, he kept deleting her comments and she kept re-commenting. I was like, that's some sibling shit for real. So that's the last time I remember them interacting publicly.
I love how much Beyonce supports Kelly.
It's great.
Yeah.
And she supports her too.
Exactly. It's like us.
No, I'm not. I don't support you guys. I just met you guys.
You don't support us? You have to know us to support us?
This is an endorsement. He supports whatever we say.
Exactly. Everything.
This is not.
Everything reflects the views.
Everything we've ever said since November 2018 until this day reflects the views of Babatunde. You heard it right here. You saw it right here, folks.
That doesn't even resemble the truth.
We can turn his.
That's not close.
Yeah, I just make a note. That's
we can actually dub it over and say yes.
That is rooted in reality. It's all make believe.
The timestamp is 147.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Make sure I write that down.
I don't live here. I need to go at some point.
But yeah. Anyway, this was fun. I had a good time. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a blast.
Oh no, you gotta say it.
We gonna see him. We gonna look out the window. He gonna be sprinting down the street.
You forgot your car.
I'm free.
No, this has been a lot of fun. Yeah. At least I had a good fun.
I had a good time. I knew
Well, thank.
We will be sure to link. I mean, everybody who follow us already follow him, but we'll link. Just do our due diligence and link all of his stuff. Anything else you want to mention?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for doing what you do, seriously, because I think you guys give your breath of fresh air and you give people permission to live in a space where we didn't feel like we could for so long. And even if they can't do it on their own from the inspiration they're getting from you, they can do it vicariously through you, knowing you guys are professionals, you know what you're talking about, and you're human, you're living, you're letting yourself do that. And I think it is more important that people realize for younger Black classical artists to see that and know that they have permission to just exist while they practice this art. So thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
That's gonna be our new intro.
Yep. You have anything coming up you want to plug? Any?
I have a performance in Arlington, Virginia. Yes, that's the name of the city. It is at the Birchmere on February 1st. And go to HipHopera.com because I'll be traveling. Oh, when is this airing? Can I say it yet? Not yet. No.
January.
Yeah, like the third week of January.
Go to HipHopera.com to find out, to join my mailing list and find out all the things that are coming up this year. There's a lot of exciting things that you'd be interested in. And yeah, check it out because things are getting exciting.
Yeah, join the mailing list. Get a little email. Don't be selfish. It's weird. Anyway, thank you for listening to the Classically Black Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Classically Black Podcast. Join the Ebony Tower. That's patreon.com/Classically Black Podcast. Thank you for listening. And we fed y'all today. This is almost 2 hours. Next week's going to be 10 minutes. Bye, y'all.
Bye.